Hello, everyone. Let me make sure that you can hear me okay. Double check that before we get started. Hello. If you're here live, you can let me know if you can hear me or not. So go ahead and pop on and let me know if you can hear me okay. Let's see here. I see that I'm streaming. Wonderful. Hello, everybody. Let me take a step back. Got a little bit of a delay. Today, we've got a full body strength class, and I'm going to be answering your questions about macronutrients. So, I'm excited to get started. First, I just want to make sure that. Yep, I can hear myself. All right, awesome. Wonderful, you guys. I'm excited. Let's go ahead and start moving. So, if you are just popping on, you want to go ahead and make sure you want to have on. You don't actually have to have shoes today. So, if you want to work out barefoot, if you want to work on your foot strength, that would be okay. We're not going to be jumping today. Make sure my timer's ready, but we're going to go ahead and get started. If you want to track your workout with your watch, with your device, I'm using an Apple Watch and I'm going to use strength training. We are marching to warm our bodies up. So we're going to start with that. We're also going to need weights today. So if you're just popping on, hello. Hey, Jada. So if you're just popping on, we're going to need weights today. So go get them. If you have dumbbells, I'm talking about you. I need to get them. I need to get my own dumbbells. I'm going to use my 8s. I want to make sure that I can do this class without having to really strain and make a lot of faces. So we're going to use our dumbbells today. If you have dumbbells, go ahead and grab them. We'll wait for you. So we're going to march in place for a little bit longer. Really try to get those knees up in a nice pace. Getting the blood pumping in our legs. Full body workout today. And I'm going to be answering some questions about macronutrients. I had a client reach out to me asking some questions about her macros. That's what we say for short, but her macronutrients. So I'm going to be answering some questions about that today. One of my favorite topics. So getting those knees up. I've got my booty kicker here today. If you have a countertop, you could even use your wall for a little balance later on. You guys, if you're interested in getting a booty kicker, what is just a portable ballet bar, I will put the link for this, my affiliate link, I'll put it in the comments, in the description after we're done. Get those legs up. All right, let's take a big deep breath up. And exhale down. One more time, big deep breath up. Exhale down. We're going to reach down, touch for our toes, stretching the back of our legs. So we're stretching out our glutes, our hamstrings, our calves, all the back, posterior chain. We're going to slowly roll up. With some shoulder rolls back. And forward. All right, really quick, we're going to widen our squat stance or widen our stance. We're going to shift the weight to one side, stretching out the inner thighs, taking it over to the other side, and we're going to bring it back. All right, so we are going to be working 50 seconds on, 10 seconds off. So it'll be pretty quick, our transitions. We're going to work one move for 50 seconds, 10 seconds to rest. Then we're moving to the next. So it's going to be going boom, boom, boom. I will let you know the next move. I'll let you know the next move about 15 seconds before we go to it. And I'll say switch when we switch. It's going to be cool, smooth. We're going to go through everything and have a great workout. I'll be talking as we go to give you the information about macronutrients. So we're going to begin with squats. You want your feet about shoulder width apart. Right here, my shoulders, shoulder width apart. We're going to start squatting down and up. I want you to grab your dumbbells. I hope you are all the way ready. All right, so here we go. Squatting up and down, just like this. Down and up. So for our squat, we are shifting our weight to our heels. And you want to be able to see your toes when you come down. Go down and up. That's comfortable, what a comfortable squat range is for you. Right? So it might be that you're just shifting your weight a little bit. You're still high with your squat, or it might be that you go really low. Whatever is comfortable for you. All right, our next move is going to be quad lifts, or just kind of like lifting our legs up like we did in the warm-up, those knees up. We're going to go there in 6 seconds. You get a 10-second rest though. That'll be our next move. All right, great job. So our next move is going to be lifting. Just lifting our legs like this. And we're going to be alternating back and forth. Here we go. Right here. So if you needed help with balance, you could use your booty kicker, your wall, your chair. We are going to keep holding on to this weight though. Not going to be putting the weight down, actually at all today. So I don't know if you've got 5s, 3s, maybe you've got 8s, maybe you've got 10s. At one point, you're going to want to go lower than 10s when we do some front raises and side raises. I'll let you know when we get there. Doing great. We got 10 seconds left. Then we're going to be putting these two moves together. So we're going to do a squat, and then we're going to do these lifts. But you get a rest first. 10-second rest. 10-second rest. Our next move is going to be the squat, lift, lift. Squat, lift, lift. Ready? Let's go. Squat down, lift, lift. Squat down, lift, lift. So that's kind of this workout. We're going to have 2 moves. Then we're going to put them together. And we're going to work our whole full body. Upper body, lower body, and some core. We're getting it all in today. So it's a squat, lift, lift. Then we're going to have a rest in between before we go to our next move. I think you'll be ready for that. Here we go. All right, rest. Great job. Okay, so macronutrients. Macronutrients. So there are macronutrients and micronutrients. Today we're talking about macronutrients. The 3 macronutrients are protein, carbohydrates, and fat. You can get carbohydrates and fat from food, and well, you get them all from food, but protein is the only one you have to actually eat. We're going to go to our next move, you guys. We're going to widen our squat stance, or widen our stance for a plie squat. We're going to start here, and we're going to do that for 50 seconds. If you're ready, roll those shoulders back. Take a deep breath. The move we're going to put with that is an upright row. We're going to start with the squat in 3, 2, 1. Let's start with the squat. So down and up. So macros, protein, carbohydrates, fat. You have got to eat protein to get protein. All right. So protein is also one I feel like it's harder for us to get in. The American diet is really full of fat and carbs because they're cheap. Carbohydrates are cheap. Fat is cheap. And it's also shelf stable for a really long time. It can be packaged and be shelf stable. So not a struggle to get those in. Protein, you have to be pretty determined to get protein in, and it costs more. One more second. Rest. All right. Next up, we're going to do these upright rows. Got a little rest here. 3, 2, 1. Upright row. Here we go. So you can keep your legs wide, or you can bring them in. This is the upright row. You want to try to relax your shoulders and pull up. Right? Relax those shoulders and lift. So this is working your shoulders, rotator cuff, a little bit of your chest, definitely working your back. Sometimes it's hard for people to get movement in these areas. There's some stretches you can do to help open your chest, open your back. You got 3 more seconds before you have your 10-second rest. All right, rest. We're putting those two together up next. So it'll be the squat and then the upright row. Not together. We do one, so we squat, then we row. So it's one and then the other. Great job. Remember to breathe in through your mouth, out through your nose, or in through your nose, out through your mouth. So deep breath in through your nose and then exhale out your mouth. All right. Protein. So I want to talk about specifically about protein because it's so hard for us to get in. And protein becomes increasingly important as we age. Always important, but becomes increasingly important as we age. For men and women and rest, but I want to specifically talk to my ladies out there. Everyone starts to lose muscle after 40 at an increasing rate. Right. So right now we're going to do a front raise. It's going to be here. I'm going to go down and weight because those 8s are too heavy for that. You can use 5s. You can use 3s. It's a front raise though. Right here. You could also use one weight. Like if all you have is a heavier weight, you could use one. This is really shoulder intense. So heavier weight, you want to be careful with. We got these front raises. We're controlling as we lift and as we lower. Relax your neck and shoulders. Release any tension you're holding there. Yes. Good job. Yes. Keep that relaxed. All right, 10-second rest. Next, we're going to go to a side raise. Both together, but I want you to see that. Move out a little bit. Here we go, side raises. And we just want to be up. Don't want to lift this high. We want to be right there, like in a T. Our body making a T. So, as we, after 40, everybody starts to lose muscle mass. For women, once we enter perimenopause, menopause, muscle loss becomes even more of an issue. After 65, again, muscle loss increases significantly. So it's important that we increase our protein and are intentional about building strength with resistance exercise like we're doing today. Okay, relax. We're going to put those two together. So we are doing resistance. We're using dumbbells as the resistance and working our body. So we're going to go front and side. Front raise, side raise. Keep those shoulders relaxed. Right? We are working our shoulders, but we don't want to be up here with when we're doing it, right? We want to relax those shoulders, relax the neck, and actually use the shoulders, back and chest to lift our arms. Great work. I know you can feel this. You could feel this with no weight at all. This is a really wonderful exercise for our shoulder strength. Breathing in and out. We've got 3 seconds left before you rest. And rest. We're going to put the weight down and work on our abs. So you can go ahead and sit your weight down. Make sure we're doing good on time. Yes, we are. So we're going to start with our arms up here, and we're just going to lift. So this is a little different than when we were just doing knees. We've got our arms up in this position, locking in our core, and we are trying to bring our knees as close to our elbows as we can. So it should feel like a standing crunch, right? So I don't know about you, but my arms are kind of tired after that lifting, but that's good. I want you to work, keep it all locked in, tight. Lift and lift. Whew. This has got me. My arms are like so tired, but you can do it. You can do it. I can do it. We can do it together. 5 more seconds and we rest. 3, 2, and 1. Arms down. Whew. All right, rest. Our next move, we're going to have our arms open, and we're going to come across the body, alternating sides. Shake those arms out. Arms up, and here we go. Across. Across. So you want to bring your elbow or bring your knee to your elbow. Don't go down. Try to come up. So that might mean like I'm not touching at all. No bonus for touching, but we want to work that rotation in our core. Super important. So you guys, the thing about this kind of exercise is it's intentional. We are intentionally building our strength. So important, right? I'm telling you, I'm going to go over some other reasons, but it's important because muscle loss is an issue and it's real, and you have to do exercise to counteract it. There's no other way about it. You have to eat enough protein, do the movement to build the muscle to counteract that muscle loss. We're going to put those two together, right? So we're up, up, then cross, cross. I know this is the most challenging what we've got. Cross, cross. Here we go. Up, straight up, then open your arms. Cross, cross. Up, up, work your abs. Cross, cross. Crunch it in. Up, up, out, cross, cross. 10 more seconds. Up, up, arms out. Cross, cross. Here we go. One more time. Up, up, arms out. Cross, cross. Great job. Wonderful. All right. We're still, no weights needed for this one. I'm actually going to use my bar though. And we're going to do a side leg lift. So I messed up my timer. Here we go. Side leg lift. Here we go. Lift out to the side. Lift and lift. Ooh. Outer thigh, inner thigh. Lots of control. So your goal is to not lean with this. You want to try not to lean. You want to try to stay upright. The standing knee is soft. Don't lock it out. Lift and lower. Great work. Lots of control. All right. So specifically with protein, let's talk about how much we actually need. It's going to vary upon your what you're doing, your activity level. We're taking a little rest right here, and then we're going to go the other side. What your activity level is for most of us, lifting on the other side, ladies and gentlemen. And so you can see how I'm kind of leaning. I'm going to get my foam roller so I don't lean. There we go. Keep it going. I hope you were going. I hope you didn't stop because I stopped. Whew. Really feel this in my outer thigh today. So Protein basis is by kilograms and grams, which is kind of weird, but it is. So we want about 1.2 to 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram. So let me break it down. So basically, if you weigh 150 pounds, we're going to do a front lift next. So lift front. Good job. If you weigh 150 pounds, and we would multiply that by, well, you want to convert your pounds to kilograms, and that would let you know how high you need to multiply. So convert your pounds to kilograms, and then 1.2, and you would find out how much protein you need. Woo! Feeling it. So basically, if you weigh 150 pounds, that's like 68 grams of protein for 1 gram. If it was 1.2, it would be higher than that. It'd be like about 90. Other leg, same move. You can put this in Google and it will give it to you. Actually, maybe I'll put the calculation in the description. But basically, 150 pounds, you want about 90 grams of protein. That's where I would have you if we were working together. So if you weigh more than that, it's going to be more. If you weigh less, it'll be less. 90 grams of protein. Most of us are not going to get that in just eating food. Most of us are going to want some type of shake. If you eat dairy, yogurt is a great source of protein. Cottage cheese. If you eat dairy, we're moving to our next move. We're going to put our legs close together, grab our weights, and squat. So we didn't do those leg lifts together because we had each side to do. So we're squatting now, and it's a tight squat. I want those feet together, ankles together, squeezing your inner thighs together. Your squat's the same though. You're shifting your weight to your heels. All right. So that's a fair amount of protein. If you think about that, let's see, if we have 90 grams of protein as our goal, I'd have you shoot for 25 grams of protein at every meal, and then you need 2 snacks. Rest. We're going to come up to a calf raise next. We're going to come up on the ball of our feet, lift, and then we're going to slowly control our descent. So we're going to lift up and then slowly come down. Lift up, slowly come down. We're still trying to squeeze our inner thighs together. So we're using some counter resistance in our body, contracting our muscles for this workout. You should feel this in your muscles. You should feel this whole workout in your muscles. That's what we're going for. So if you have a dumbbell, if you have a light dumbbell, if you're using 3s, 5s, and you don't feel anything in your muscles, you need a heavier weight. That's awesome. You might be using 3s and you can feel it. That's great too. You want to start where you need to start and work up from there. All right, 10-second rest. We're going to put those together. We're going to do that squat, then we're going to do the calf raise. In 3, 2, 1. Give me the squat down and then the lift up. Squatting down, then lifting up. So back to protein. We talked about it's important for building muscle. You can't build muscle without protein. Protein also helps with, it helps with immunity. It helps with cellular repair, growth and development. in our cells. Protein is like a body bodybuilding. It is bodybuilding. When you think about body, lifters, people who do bodybuilding, it actually does build cellular function, muscle repair, rest. It really does those things. So it's important. All right, our next two moves, we are going to go into a bent over row. I'm going to show you from the side. So I'm bending over. I'm actually going to hinge at the hips, and I'm going to open my arms. This is our bent over row. So you can bend over where you're comfortable, but lift. Again, you should feel this in your chest and your back, mostly in your back. You might need a lighter weight. If you've been using something heavier for the squats, you might want a lighter weight. You also want your gaze to be down. So as soon as you get what I'm doing, I want you to be looking down. If you're watching me, your head is tilted up. I want your gaze to be down, like you can't even see me. If I was watching you, I'd be checking your form. All right, rest. Good. All right. So that was our reverse fly. Next, we're going to go to a bent over row. I may have said those wrong. This is the bent over row. So row, pull back. These are both back exercises. So pull them back. Think about your elbows touching. If your arms were on a track, you would be out and pulling straight back. That's what we want. Keep that tummy engaged. If you feel this in your low back, come out a little bit. Don't be as bent over. All right, both of those exercises are in that hinge, the reverse fly, and the bent over row. So if you feel your back, come up and just do it standing. Otherwise, we're here. Bent over row. Engage your tummy. Rest. All right, we're putting those two together. So it's going to be fly and then row. 3 seconds. And then we go. Here we go. So fly, row. Fly, row. You hear me breathing heavy on this one? Fly, row. 2 moves. Reverse fly, bent over row. Pull that tummy in. Engage your core. Again, if you feel this in your low back, come up and do it this way. I'm going to show you that from the side. Up, pull, up, pull. So if your core is still in a stage where we're building the strength, that hinge might be a lot for you. All right, so 10-second rest. Our last 2 moves are going to be a bicep curl and then a rotator. So we're going to give you a little rest. I want you to grab a drink before we move to our last 2 exercises. I'm going to give you a 50-second rest here. Rest your back. That was probably a lot for you. It was a lot for me. Maybe the rest is just for me, y'all. Okay, maybe the rest, it ain't for you, it's for me. Okay. Okay, so we talked about protein. We need it to build muscle. We need it for cellular growth, development, repair, immunity, our cells, and our hormonal health. It helps with our hormonal health. Our muscles give signals to our body. If you don't have enough muscle, which you can only get from protein, then you could also have problems there. Another thing that happens, well, there's actually lots of different things that can happen, but you can get some scarpenia, some osteoporosis, osteopenia. Those things can happen when we don't have enough muscle. So it's really important. We got 2 moves left. We're going to start with our bicep curl. Grab your weight. I hope you enjoyed that rest. Bicep curl. Here we go. All right. Bicep curl. I'm going to do my curl with my 8s. I'm going to do the rotator with my 5s. Actually, those are 3s. I've got oh, there are my fives over there. I'll grab them. All right. Okay, so let's talk about how we can get protein. You don't have to eat meat to get protein. You have to be more intentional if you don't eat meat, but great sources of protein from animal products would be eggs. Eggs are great because they're inexpensive. Um, they're just a wonderful source of protein. Eggs, lean chicken, turkey, fish, all wonderful sources of protein. All right, weight down. I'm going to switch out to fives. We're going to do a rotator cuff rotation, where it looks like this. Here we go. Lift, lower. Keep it going. My timer just stopped on me. All right. So those are great sources of protein from animal products. If you don't eat animal products, then some good sources of protein would be quinoa, tofu if you eat tofu, chickpeas, wonderful source of protein, lentils, a lot of vegan protein powders, peas are the first ingredient. So lentils are a great source. I like to stay away from soy, but if you eat soy, then that's great. I mean, tofu has soy, but that's really, woo! All right, you guys, great job, rest. We're gonna put those two together and then we're gonna stretch. So it's gonna be bicep curl and then that rotator. All right, so here we go, curl and then lift. So curl and then lift. So I'm lifting, think about lifting from the elbow. Like almost like scarecrow arms, right? So my arms are bent when I do that lift. Relax your neck and shoulders. In and out. Really relax this one. You're probably tired. Your arms are probably tired. Done a lot of work. If you're not used to this, then you probably are like, what? You need this? This is a great one. You could do this 3 times a week, every other day, right? You could do this on Monday. That's rest. Good job. Putting the weight. You could do this on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and do cardio on Tuesday and Thursday, right? So that would be, cardio would be something like a dance. You know, you could do a dance class, dance video. You could walk, my favorite form of cardiovascular exercise. Woo! And then forward, come on. Let's relax those shoulders. Good job. All right, we're gonna take our ear to our shoulder, just leaning to the side. Open it up here. Try to make lots of space between your other ear and shoulder. Oh, other side. Now we're going to grab our hands behind here and open. Try to get your shoulder blades to touch. And while you're doing that, while you're bringing your arms back and down, relax your neck and shoulders, like right in here. Relax in there. Open that up. So instead of coming here, we want to come down, right? And open your chest. That should feel really good. All right. So another source of protein, my favorite is actually protein shakes. I kind of talked about that. I'm going to use my bar. We're going to do a runner's lunge. So I'm turning the side. So take one leg back and shift. So you're going to shift forward and then shift back. You should feel that stretch in your hip flexor. So protein shakes. If you digest milk products well, then the most easily digestible of all types of protein shakes are going to be whey-based. I'm going to bring that leg back in, go to the other side, take a big step back, shift your weight forward, and then shift back. Whey is number one. You digest it quickly, easily. Whey is number one. Number two, well, there's actually other kinds, but my second most recommended is going to be a vegan shake with the major ingredient being a pea protein. There are lots of different ones on the market. I don't like them all. I recommend specifically a couple that I feel like taste really good. All right, I'm going to hold on to my bar, and I'm going to bring my leg into a figure 4 like this, and then shift my weight back. You could also not use anything to hold on for this one, but I feel like you get a better stretch if you don't have to worry about the balance component. Your balance could be great, and you wouldn't need anything to hold on to. Woo! This is stretching all up in here, in your thigh and in your glute. I love that stretch. Again, figure 4, and then shift your weight back. Remember to breathe. Oh, that's super tight. All right. So there we go. The couple of proteins that I recommend are going to be like Just Move. And I'll put all this in the description for you guys. Just Move. I really like Orgain. If I'm going to use the ready to drink, I like that. If I'm mixing in a smoothie, I could use vanilla. I don't like vanilla just with water. With Just Move, I can just put that in with a shaker bottle with water, not even any like a milk, not even oat milk or anything, but just the water and shake it, and it tastes delicious. So those are my 2 recommendations for that. So again, you guys, macronutrients, that's protein, carbohydrates, and fat. If you need specific recommendations on how much protein, how much carbohydrates, how much fat, other than protein, which we discussed today, that's something that I work with my clients on a one-on-one basis. I'll actually break down the macros for you and suggest where you want to be based on what your goals are. So that's a little bit more specific, but today I just wanted to talk about macronutrients in general. It's in everything that we eat. All food has macronutrients in it, unless it's been stripped out, or unless that food is like mechanically, chemically created, which we know that's possible in this day and age. So protein, carbs, fat, they're all important. For muscle growth, you have to have protein. Super important as we age. If you are a vegan, you need to be paying attention, because you will not get enough unless you're intentional. Most of us don't. Like I won't even get enough unless I'm intentional. I have to be intentional about my protein, because it's so easy just to eat carbohydrates and fat. If you think about it, like when you go to like a fast food restaurant, the majority of your calories aren't coming from the protein. It's coming from carbohydrates and fat, because they're cheaper and more easily available. So you're going to need to focus on protein to get that in, because it's important as we age, and we're all aging. So thank you so much for joining me, you guys, today. This is the Kingdom Health Show. My name is Teresa Horn. I'm not even sure I introduced myself at the beginning, but we will be back next Monday. If you would have a specific health topic you would like for me to talk about, go ahead and put it in the comments and let me know. I would love to discuss it with you, because one of my favorite topics is health, how to be healthy and strong, and serve and advance the kingdom of God with our whole self. So again, thanks for joining me. My name is Teresa Horn. I'll see you guys next Monday.